Most people think they'd know if their dog was suffering from separation anxiety. Barking, destruction, neighbors complaining, right? But what if your dog is suffering silently? What if you're missing the early signs and unintentionally making things worse? These behaviors may not look dramatic, but they're loud and clear if you know how to listen. And catching them early is the difference between short-term struggle and long-term distress. I'll walk you through the 5 most overlooked signs of separation anxiety and share how you can support your dog without fear, punishment, or guesswork. Hi friends, if you're new here, my name's Terrie Hayward. I'm a professional dog trainer and behavior consultant, and I've helped thousands of pet parents just like you. So let's talk about the 5 signs that you might be missing that could indicate separation anxiety related distress. Number 1, refusing food when left alone. This is one of the clearest psychological cues that your dog is in distress. If your dog is not eating the most delicious and tempting food when left alone, this could be a sign of anxiety. Number 2, excessive greeting or clinginess. Dogs that over-attach when you come home often might be struggling the most while you're away. For example, if you can't even leave the room or your dog gets stressed, even if they're just outside the door to the bathroom. So if dogs are stressed out when they are either home alone or don't have access to you, this could be a sign of anxiety indicating some type of separation anxiety related behavior. Number 3, pacing, panting, or drooling before departures. These might be subtle pre-departure cues that people could ignore. These behaviors might begin when you're just getting ready to leave, so you haven't even walked out the door. We call these things pre-departure cues. Things like grabbing your keys, even opening the drawer to get your socks before you even put on your shoes, can all, if your dog starts to pace, pant, drool, etc., be indicators that your dog is experiencing anxiety about your leaving. Number 4, silence isn't peace. A quiet dog does not always indicate a relaxed dog. We want to make sure that the dog is actually relaxed and not just resigned. Resigned is a form of learned helplessness, which means that the dog is struggling but can't do anything about the situation. And that is the opposite of relaxed. Learned helplessness in a human would be referred to as depression. Number 5, why early signs matter. It's key with any type of behavioral issue to address the problem as soon as possible. 1, because we want to get in there and relieve any type of anxiety, any suffering. And 2, because we want to make sure that the sooner we have an intervention, the easier the behavior will be to change. Now let's take a minute and talk about what not to do. You want to avoid crating your dog unless you're 100% sure that they are comfortable in the crate. I say this because many times dogs who suffer from separation anxiety related issues comorbidly have confinement issues, which means that they are even more anxious in a small enclosed space. Avoid the use of any punishment-based tools like anti-bark collars to try to stop barking or shock collars to try to stop or decrease behavior. The use of these types of devices will only create more panic, more fear, anxiety, and stress. You also want to make sure that you're avoiding flooding. And that would mean just departing for, say, 10 or 15 minutes. That's definitely, in a case of a dog who's suffering from anxiety, too much, too soon. It's going to evoke panic. You also want to avoid practicing leaving in long stretches of time right from the get-go. That is going to equate to flooding because it's too much, too soon. And it's just going to cause more panic in your dog. So instead, you're looking for really tiny approximations, really small gestures that, again, at the beginning, don't even involve going out the door. So now let's talk about how to support your dog who may suffer from separation anxiety issues without fear or punishment or guesswork. So number 1, the first thing that you want to do with any type of behavioral problem is always rule out any possible underlying medical issue. You want to make sure, for example, that your dog isn't vocalizing when they're home alone because they're in pain, etc. So always check with your vet first. Number 2, you want to understand that your dog is not being disobedient or bad. Your dog is having a hard time. They're not giving you a hard time. Dogs who are suffering from separation anxiety related issues are experiencing a real fear response. It's not something that they can control. It's like if you get goosebumps, you don't have any outward way to control that response. Punishment or even ignoring the behavior is not going to get to a resolution, and it can only compound the anxiety that your dog is experiencing. Number 3, you want to use video to be able to understand what's going on when your dog is home alone. Set up a camera when you leave. That way you can get an idea of what's really going on. Even if your dog isn't barking or destructive, they may be experiencing anxiety and may demonstrate that anxiety in other ways, via pacing, via panting, via drooling, or just via not eating something that you've left for them that should be really tempting. Knowing exactly what's going on when they're home alone can help you to discover what the problem is and then move forward with specific tailored solutions. Number 4, what you want to do is create a customized, detailed behavior plan with gradual desensitization. Work under your dog's threshold. This means start with small absences that your dog can tolerate, which may equate to just 1 second at the beginning. Use a systematic departure plan, gradually increasing but then varying your departures. Stay consistent and avoid overwhelming your dog with departures while you're working through the training. That may mean, and often does, suspending absences to departures that are only the ones that your dog is comfortable with. This might mean that if you need to run outside and take out the trash, if that's too much time for your dog to be alone without panicking, that is included in the suspending absences. Number 5, reinforce calm and build confidence. You want to teach things like settle and relax on a mat and make those highly desirable and reinforced behaviors. Reinforce your dog for choosing to lie down on their own. Use positive reinforcement. Avoid bribes or lures. Let your dog decide and then reinforce that behavior that you want to see more of. Number 6, get expert guidance. You don't have to guess and you don't have to struggle alone. Work with a certified trainer who specializes in separation anxiety and consult with your vet. Oftentimes a veterinary behaviorist may also be needed on that team to help get your dog to a more relaxed place. Positive reinforcement trainers who specialize in separation anxiety related issues can offer evidence-based customized plans to help you get to the point where your dog feels relaxed and comfortable when they're home alone. If you're struggling with your lovable dog and you'd like to help them to feel comfortable and confident and relaxed when they're home alone, I'll leave the link below for my virtual consultations.